3, 2. There we are. All right, everyone with me. Today's date, you're writing in the top right with me, is Friday, September 25th, 2020. We are on lesson 2-10, using inequalities to solve problems. All right, who wants to read our objective? Ripley, go for it.
Use inequalities in real-life context.
There it is, yeah. So, and I know that it's kind of difficult, but you guys, I know that you guys are also really good at doing math already, so we got this. I will say one thing about this lesson. Over half the problems on the homework set are trick questions. And I'll talk about what I mean by that, especially after example 2. All right, I need a beautiful voice to read example number 1. Every one of you has a beautiful voice. Giorgio, I want to hear your beautiful voice. Read it very loud so that Alden can hear too.
Charlie is selling hot dogs for a full fundraiser. The goal of the fundraiser is to make more than $300. Luckily, someone already made a donation of $34. Charlie charges $12 for each hot dog. Charlie wants to know the minimum number of hot dogs needed to achieve the $300 goal. Let D represent the number of hot dogs sold and an inequality that represents
Ooh, good reading. Thank you. All right. So the homework problems come in 2 questions. They give you a giant word problem. They say, what's the inequality? And then they ask you to solve, and that solving can be a trick question. But writing the inequality is just kind of straightforward as long as you know how to write that inequality. Okay, so we know that we're going to be using the variable d. And we have to be careful of our units. So I'm going to go over here on the left and say units. What are our units going to be? And we've really talked about 2 things in this problem. We've talked about hot dogs, and we've talked about money. What do you guys think our units should be? Should we have units of hot dogs or units of money for our inequality? It has to have the same unit, otherwise it doesn't work out. Only 2 people want to take it. You guys have a 50-50 shot. Come on, I want to see more hands. Are we going to be talking about money here, or are we talking about hot dogs? What's our units? Yesenia, go for it. It's going to be hard if we do hot dogs because we have all of these units, $300, $34, $12, and we're going to have to somehow convert those to hot dogs. I don't know how to do that yet. So we can actually turn hot dogs, though, into money. Do you know how we can do that? Exactly, yeah. So a hot dog is really a unit of money. We're really going to just attach this 12, multiply that by d, and boom! Magically, we turn hot dogs into money. That's actually how much we charged roughly, I think, for the fundraiser last year. So it was for a meal, though. It was like hot dogs, chips, a drink, and napkins. I don't know. It's a fundraiser. You're supposed to pay more money than you're supposed to. Yeah, Giorgio. Awesome. And it's technically an inequality, but that's awesome. Thank you. It's the opposite of an equation, an inequality, an inequation. Z, yes. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. All right. Also, can we try to do a new procedure in here? Do you guys know sign language?
No.
I'm going to teach you a little bit of sign language. Are you guys ready for this? Sign language, letter R, is just twisty fingers. Whenever you need to use the restroom, instead of being, Mr. Sandell, I gotta go pee, you're going to go this. Nice, silent, raised hand, and I'll know that, oh, I'm going to call on Diego. Oh, no, he's going to the bathroom. I won't even call on you. I'll just be like, go for it. The other sign language that you need to know is a sign language for Q. You want to know Q? Ah, really close. Let me see. It's kind of like you pinch your fingers and then you have your middle finger right there and you point it down. That's sign language letter Q. Everyone practice making Q with me. Why do we need to know Q? Because there's I have an answer or I have a question. Answer is just straight up raised hand. I have a question, sign language letter Q. I have to go to the restroom. R, practice making them. How do you make a Q? Just pinch your finger. Like if you don't know what you're doing, just pinch fingers and then point them down. That's Q, basically. Pinch fingers, point down, that's Q. All right, that way I'll be able to always try to get the question before the answers, right?
So now a raised hand.
Raised hand is the answer, question, restroom. Those are our 3 cues, yep. Cool, all right, so let's go ahead and try to make our inequality. And again, how many people have an answer in their heads, kind of, or all the way? Okay, so I told you guys this. We need to convert hot dogs to money. The way that we do that is we multiply 12 times D. I don't know where to put that. I'm going to put it right in the middle. That way I can put stuff on the left and right of it. Let's go ahead and convert hot dogs to money. We have 12D. Now everything should be in units of money. Woohoo! All right, we're in dollars. If you're in the wrong units, then that will mess you up. And that's kind of a good hint to, I think about a quarter of the problems on your homework set tonight will try to trick you with units. And they'll say like, I don't know, some other form of units, and you can just kind of ignore those numbers. Have the right units. All right, so 12D. All right, are we trying to make exactly $300, $300 or more, exactly over $300? Can you guys read that problem closely in your heads again? Is it going to be equal to, or is it going to be more than, strictly more than that $300? Ripley has an answer, but I'm going to wait for more hands. Everyone, read your problem. Is it going to be greater than or equal to that goal? Still only 2 hands. Come on, guys. And I guess I can't see Alden. Let me see her camera. No, she doesn't have it on anyway. There's more. Diego. All right. Greater than or equal to. Talk to us. Why?
Because you have to make at least $300 or more than $300.
I would be careful because if I saw the words at least, I would 100% agree with you, but I don't see at least in this question. I see
Minimum number of hot dogs.
so make more than $300. I see that one. Where's the minimum? Okay, yeah, so this is gonna apply to once we solve for it, minimum number of hot dogs, but it's the minimum number of hot dogs to make more than $300, right? If that was a 1 sentence. Okay, so if you're just reading that more than $300, Diego, are you still staying with your greater than or equal to, or are you gonna go to greater than? Okay, yeah, and it is gonna be greater than. So I don't know where these symbols are gonna go. I'm gonna give lots of room here. I'm gonna go ahead and put a greater than. Greater than what? What are we trying to get greater than? What number? With a quiet raised hand? Zeke? $300. All right, are we done? No, okay. What else are we missing? And how can we use it? You guys are seeing it? I haven't heard from Jose yet today. Go for it, Jose.
You have to go minus 34.
Minus 34? On which side?
That's 300.
Yeah, minus 3. Minus 34. Perfect. And you could have alternatively added 34 to the left-hand side, but both are the same thing, right? Cool. There's our inequality. And it is the correct inequality. Are there questions about how to get this? I know this is a hard step. We're going to do one that's about the same level of difficulty. In order to eventually solve, yeah, we are. So, I mean, just for this question, it just says to write an inequality, which we've done. But now we're going to come down here and actually solve because it's asking us, okay, now actually solve. What is the minimum number of hot dogs? Go ahead and solve this thing. And when you solve this, reread the question and make sure you're answering the question. Is it asking for hot dogs, bundles of hot dogs? Is it asking for some weird thing? This one is a not too tricky question. The next one will be tricky. All right, so how do I solve? Can someone help me solve this one? Solve this inequality. This is what we've been doing the past few days. I see 1 hand, 2 hands, 3 hands. How do I solve this? Everyone should be raising your hand. I hope everyone can do 300 minus 34. I mean, that's the first step, right? I want to see more hands. Yeah, Braden. Yeah, and do you know what that is? We could do it down here. Say 12D is greater than and I believe actually everything is calculator enabled today. Do you guys know how to use your Spotlight search to do a quick calculation? Kind of. If you have your laptop, take it out right now. I'm going to give you a quick little 20-second tutorial. We're going to wait for Braden to do it, but thank you. All right, log into your computers, make sure that they have some charge. Flash me a thumbs up if you are logged into your computer and you're ready to go. It doesn't need to be open at Khan Academy, just make sure your computer's logged in. I have 2 thumbs up, 3, 4, 5 thumbs up, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there it is. Okay, everyone right now, Spotlight search, the shortcut is Command Spacebar. This opens up your Spotlight search. Your Spotlight search is typically used to find files, like if I want to find my, I don't know, my Word document, but it's also used as a quick calculator. So we can check your work and we can do 300 minus, and then I don't want to type it in to give it away, 34. And Braden, what do you get? 266, there it is. And you can also use this for factorials and a bunch of other math. You got 266 as well? Nice, all right. So you come over here and say that was, oops, there you go. 266, 266. Perfect, that's our first step. What's our next step? Braden has simplified the right-hand side of our inequality. Ripley. Subtract 12 from both sides. What is our new line after that, Ripley? D is greater than 266, like that? Okay. Oh, and then we box it, right? I see some hands. Zeke, talk to us.
So if Ripley said subtract by both sides, but then we didn't take anything away from the 2.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Well,
And everything today is calculator enabled. I know that you guys can probably do this one on your heads. Ripley, you want to fix it? 254. Okay, then we box it. Ah, interesting. Yeah, Jose.
You will have to divide instead of
Oh, I shouldn't subtract 12? Why not?
because it's 12b and then you multiply 12 times a number that you know.
Okay, so we need to do the inverse operation. Right now, 12 is being multiplied by D, and the inverse operation of multiply is divide. Okay, do you agree with that? Oh, okay. So let's go back here. Sorry, guys. That's why we use pencils in math. Pen is too hard. Let's divide both sides by 12. And again, we have calculators enabled. I'm gonna call on someone else. Someone else, Spotlight search. Someone that hasn't ever participated today. Show me that you know how to use your Spotlight search. And round to a few decimals, or you can simplify the fraction, whatever you want. I see one hand. I need to see more hands. Use your Spotlight search. I see 2, 3, 4 hands. I don't see any new hands though. I need new hands. You're not a new hand. Yes, Ashley. Yeah, 117, sure, we'll say that. D is greater. It didn't say what to round to exactly, but we'll say it's roughly more than 22.17. Okay, well that's the answer, 22.17, right? We've answered the question, right? What is the minimum number of hot dogs? You need 22.17 hot dogs. Something's wrong. Okay, I hear some muttering, yeah, shouldn't be a decimal. Okay, well then what should it be with a quiet raised hand? It can't be a decimal. I mean, we could kind of cut up a hot dog and sell it to a customer, but that doesn't make sense in the real world. These are real world applications. I want to hear from either Yesenia or Haiti. What should this number really be? It's not 22.17, it should be something else. What is a number, D, that is greater than 22.17? I need a whole number. 100 works, right? 100 is greater than 22.17. But I need a different whole number. Because again, it's asking for the minimum number of hot dogs. So I need a number. Oh, sorry, Alden. Yes.
23.
There it is, yeah. 23 is the next biggest whole number. So our answer is 23 hot dogs. Everyone write it down and we'll box 23 hot dogs. All right. Give me a fist of 5. How well could you follow what we just did? In terms of making the inequality, solving the inequality, making sure it applied to the real life problem. Well, those are some pretty good scores. 5s and 4s all around, it looks like. And yeah, okay. Let's try a slightly harder one. Example 2, a different beautiful voice. And that applies to all of us. Everyone has a beautiful voice. Yes, Ripley.
Riley has $20 to spend at the Chevron. Riley gives $5 to Alex before trying to buy some chips. Chevron has a deal that one bundle of 3 bags of chips costs only $4. Let B represent the number of bundles Riley combined. Write an inequality that represents.
Ooh, that's a lot of numbers there. $20, $5, 3, 1 bundle, $4.50. There's numbers everywhere. This is what I consider to be the typical Khan Academy type of problem. We need to first make sure that our units are correct. Anyone have an idea of what our units should be? Should we do bags? Should we do bundles? Should we do dollars? There's only 3 units there that I see. Bags, bundles, or dollars. What are most of these units already in? We'll probably stick with that. All right, I have to cold call. Sorry, Haiti. Not quite. So we're looking for some unit that the majority of these have. So look at your numbers again: 20, 5, 1, 3, and 450. What are the majority of the units there? So you have the, sorry, say it again.
20.
So the units can be dollars, bags, or bundles. There it is, yeah, dollars, because we have $20, $5, $4.50. Yeah, so let's go ahead and say our units here are going to be in dollars. Thank you, Haiti. All right, so we somehow need to use this variable b, which is going to represent bundles. Somehow I have to convert bundles to dollars. Can I multiply b by something in order to get to dollars? I see one hand. I only see one hand. It's the same trick that we used in example 1. I see 3 hands. Jose, help us.
You have to multiply B times 1/3.
B times 1/3, and I'll convert it to dollars. All right. So there's a tiny mistake here. But no one is raising their hand. So I have to convert bundles to dollars, and the problem is that there's no dollars attached to the numbers 1 or 3. 1 is a bundle, 3 is a bags. We have converted into reverse bags, really. If we multiply by 3 over 1, we would have turned bundles into bags. But we're not using the cost of the bundle. So Jose, how would you modify your answer?
I mean, multiply times. I just 450 or 4.5 times 130.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and simplify it even further for you guys. If you go ahead and cross out this line, you can't keep it crossed out because we need to come back and use it. Go ahead and get rid of this of 3 bags of chips. Now the sentence reads like this. One bundle costs only $4.50. Ignore the fact that there's chips. One bundle is $4.50. Yesenia, talk to us. You're seeing a step ahead. Yeah, and we're eventually going to have to divide by 450, but there's a few steps that we have to do before that. So right now we're just trying to convert from bundles to dollars. But I see what you see, and yes, you're a step ahead, but we can't get there quite yet because there's going to be a tiny mistake in that. We have to subtract 5 first. But let me come back here and help us out. I need to multiply this by $4.50. B times 4.5. It's $4.50 per bundle. That means if I multiply bundle times $4.50, I now have bundles, but in terms of money. I need to make sure that all of my units in my inequality are the same unit. This now represents the cost of a bundle in units of dollars. Okay, I'm also having $20 to spend and $5 that I'm giving to Alex, or that Riley's giving Alex. So I have to use these 2 numbers up here in the top left, somehow in my inequality. How? What do I do? Zeke. Yeah, so I'll put 20 minus 5. Okay, perfect. And that will represent the leftover amount of money that Riley has to spend at Chevron. Okay, we're almost there. Our last step for our inequality is the actual inequality part. What sort of inequality? We have 5 of them to choose from, a not equal to, which we typically don't use. A greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. It's going to be one of those 5, and it has to be, you're going to put it somewhere probably right in the middle, I would guess. There's one person that has an answer. I see one hand. And think about it this way. If I started off with $20 in my pocket, if I put myself in Riley's shoes, if I have $20, should I spend more than $20 or should I spend less than $20? Well, you guys are using the right word. Okay, so how do we put that in math? And could we spend exactly $20? Could we spend all of it? Could we say I can spend it equal to $20? Should I spend it all? I think I could, right? Okay. Let's hear from Ashley again. Less than, yeah, because you can't spend over $20, right? I can't spend $100. I can't just put it on my credit card. So yeah, the less than makes sense. But there is a tiny mistake. Yesenia? Why or equal to? Yeah, like you could get rid of it all, right? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so there is our finished inequality. And we're done with the first part of the question. I will point out that this could have been written a different way, just like this upper one could have been written a different way. This one could have been written like this. 12D plus 34 is greater than 300. And then we would have subtracted 34 on both sides. So you can see that they're the same thing. The blue on the top and the green on the bottom are the same. Similar down here, you could have had 4.5 times B, like we had up above, plus 5. Oh, wait. Yeah, so it's going to be, actually the minus 5 makes more sense to be on the right, but you could have had it like this as well, less than or equal to 20. Both of those are the same inequality, just in a different state. All right, so it's time to solve, and this one is a trick question. I'm throwing that out there at the very beginning. It is a trick question. It's basically asking us to solve. What is the most number of bags of chips that Riley can buy? So let's start with the blue again. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it down since we have some room. 4.5b is less than or equal to 20 minus 5. How do I solve this inequality? Giorgio, go for it.
Well, combine like terms on the right side. Like 20 is 15 on the right side.
All right, and then still.
I think I spotted the trick already.
Nice, good. And if you guys can already spot it also, I really appreciate it. I don't want you to give it away for the rest of the class, so I want everyone else to think. All right, next step. What do I do to both sides? Right now, 4.5 is being multiplied by b. Katie. There it is. You want to use your spotlight search to help us out? What is this? So if we, I guess I should show my work. If I'm dividing both sides by 4.5, divide both sides by 4.5. 4.5s are gone. B is now less than or equal to 0.3? Okay. I would double check that because it should be a number bigger than 1. 15 divided by 4.5? Not 45, 4.5. 3.3, okay. 3.3. All right. And again, just because we've solved the inequality doesn't mean we're done. We come back to the original question and answer it. What is the most number of bags of chips that Riley can buy? Well, can Riley buy 4? All right. So someone talk to me. And I don't want to call on Giorgio because he already knows the trick. You know the trick too? Okay. And let me ask the question specifically and then I'll call on Ripley. What is the biggest value of B that I can have? Ripley? 4.5? Careful. So again, B now has to be less than or equal to 3.3. What's the biggest number under 3.3? I can go a little bit higher than 2 though, right? Because if I choose 3, 3 is still less than 2.3. Yeah, so there it is. So we can say I can buy at most 3 bundles. All right, and then box our work. 3 bundles. I purposely made you guys take the trap. That's not the answer. That's the trick. Giorgio, you've been waiting patiently. Go for it.
Can I say the answer?
You can say it and also explain it.
This is three bags of chips in each bundle. The question asks, what is the most number of bags of chips that are in inside? So 3 times 3 is 9.
Yeah, so the answer is 9. Look, yeah, if we read the question, it's asking for bags of chips. We answered with bundles. So we need to convert back to bags of chips. And you remember how I said, hey, cross this off, but we're going to come back and use it. There are 3 bags of chips per 1 bundle. And since we have 3 bundles, each bundle has 3 chips, 3 bags. Yep, the answer is indeed 9. See, because that.
There could potentially be like 1 more bag though, because she could also just buy another singular bag.
That is true. We don't know how much 1 bag costs. So it could be maybe 10. You're right. In the real world context. But since we don't have that information, we can only say 9. So we're going to go ahead and say times 3 because there's 3 chips per bundle. And our final answer is 9 bags of chips. So at least for me, my 2, I'm out of time, dang. My 2 key takeaways were make sure that your inequality has the same units and make sure you're actually answering the question in the very end. And that's it. You guys have homework tonight. You can't work on it. I mean, you can work on it in the 3-minute passing period, but that's all I have. Thanks for coming in, Alden.